Welcome to Q&A with Mama Jean. This is my mom. She has had 7 kids. She has had so many life experiences, so I thought it would be fun to do a little question and answer with her. I had you guys ask random questions. It could be about anything, parenting or babies or life or marriage. On Instagram, so you guys flooded me with questions, so we're just gonna go through and answer a couple for you guys that are super fun. So here we go. The first question. New mom here. I have no idea how to dress my newborn for when she sleeps. Any tips? I have tips, but I'm not an expert. What do you think?
Newborns, right? Okay, well, I always think about that startle reflex. Some babies have it worse than others, and duplicate swaddle, duplicate that in utero position as much as you can until they outgrow it.
And then what about like layers? Because I think that's one thing that I have questions about, is like, are they going to be too hot or are they going to be too cold?
Pick fabrics that breathe. I mean, if you are comfortable as a mother in a particular fabric, your baby's probably going to be pretty comfortable also. In cotton or breathable bamboo.
Knotted gowns at the bottoms, zipper gowns, so that you can just like, you don't have to snap them to change their diapers. But they always say like one more layer on top of like what you would wear in that temperature. So.
Not a blanket.
Right. All right, next question. Why do I call her Mama Jean? So her name is Gina, and I've always called her mom as well. But in high school, my sister, that's like, 3 years older than me, she started calling her Jean.
Yeah, and all her friends called me Jean.
As kind of like this, like a cute little pet name because she's so cute. And for some reason, Mama Jean
stuck. It's stuck. Yeah. So my mom.
I think she would prefer to be called Mom.
I answer to anything. Jonathan always calls me Mother.
Oh.
So I answer to anything.
What are the names of all 7 children in order?
Oh my golly. Anna is the oldest. We have biblical names, except for Aubrie. She broke the mold.
Yeah, I guess I'm not biblical enough.
So Anna, Jordan, Joseph, Matthew, Jonathan, Leah, and Aubrie.
Do you have a favorite child?
My favorite is always the one I'm with at the time.
Yeah, I'll say with 7 kids, I feel like personality-wise, from just like observing, there's going to be personalities that maybe jive with your own personality versus like others. And it doesn't mean that they're your favorite. Like, of course, I think she obviously loves us all equally, but I think, there's just some that she has like, let's say, more fun with, or there's another one where she can have like a really good deep conversation with, or there's one that's like, oh my gosh, after maybe 20 minutes of a deep conversation, she's like, you're driving me nuts. So like, they're just, and that goes for me as a sibling too, like there's just personalities. They're not all like my best friend, but there's just personalities that I get along with more than other personalities.
Yeah, and growing up, they say as a parent, you shouldn't be best friend to your child. You should be more disciplinarian. But I think there's a real fine.
Yeah.
If you
I
can
think
be
she did a good job.
If you can be both, then you always want your child to come to you if they have issues with something. So.
Yeah. Let's see. Did you have any miscarriages, and do you have any advice for dealing with them, if so?
I did have a miscarriage. The very first baby before I had Anna, our oldest, was a miscarriage, but it was early on, and it was probably because I used an IUD, and I think statistically those first pregnancies, at least now, I think the IUDs 40 years ago were different than they are now, but they said you have a higher incidence of miscarriage after you wear an IUD. So But it was, it was probably in my 2.5 month. So I barely even knew I was pregnant. And I just knew that we'd have more babies. So it was hard at the time, but I was hopeful that there'd be another.
Let's see.
It helps to have a supportive spouse. So.
How many kids did you originally plan to have?
Oh my gosh. I knew I probably wanted 4 or 5 because I'm from a huge Catholic family in the Midwest. 15 kids. I'm one of 15.
Yeah.
So
it's just normal.
Always people around on weekends and lots of fun and lots of games. So I knew I wanted lots.
How in the world did you handle having like multiples, grocery store trips, everyday tasks with young ones? And did you really take us out anywhere?
No, we went to church together.
Yeah, church day was miserable. We were all of us kids were literally miserable. It was the worst day because we'd have to, wear a certain thing. My mom was like busy ironing stuff like 5 minutes before we had to leave, and my dad was getting after someone.
Dad didn't do anything. He was not helpful. So I tried to do as much the night before, like bathing and
it was not a fun day.
Get it all out of the way the night before if you can, and get yourself ready before you get going in the day. If you don't get up and get going in the day before anybody else is up.
Yeah, that was kind of my mom's solution, I think, for like looking presentable and not being like a crazy lady, was getting up before everyone else did. She probably did like a load of laundry and folded laundry before anybody else got up.
Wash your face, take a shower if you have to, put on sunscreen or whatever.
Yeah.
It helps you feel presentable for whatever the day
At
brings.
4 a.m. basically is what she's telling us to do.
5:30.
How did you choose my name? Was it after the song by Bread?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what somebody said.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you ever have morning sickness?
I never did. I never had morning sickness. I never
It's probably why she
grew
got
up, never lost a lot of weight, none of that fortunate stuff. But yeah, it was probably why I got pregnant and loved being pregnant so many times. It was pretty easy for me.
All-time favorite experiences as a mom? Like, what are some of your favorite things that you can remember?
Being pregnant?
No, like as a mom, just like being
as
a mom. Like, what were some of your favorite things to do with us, or?
Oh gosh, we tried to have and I don't know if you remember this, but I tried to have a day occasionally with one child at a time. Just, even if it was an hour, take that one to the grocery store.
Yeah, I don't really remember that, but I know that that's a lot of people's advice, is just to kind of spend quality time.
Yeah, with that many kids, birthdays, try and individualize something special for each child as often as you can, because you don't want your children to feel like they're just one of a number. They blend in with everybody else and they don't have an identity. So
somebody asked, what was I like growing up?
She had attitude.
Lots of attitude. Wow.
Aubrie was born with a fierce temper. She came out crying, fiercely upset. And she never stopped. She always had something.
That's probably why you didn't have any more kids. It's because you were like, okay, this is definitely the last one.
No, we knew that you would be our last one. We really did. we went 3 years between Leah and you. So we kind of knew as I got older that'd be it. So we spoiled her.
Yeah.
We really did. She slept in bed with us until she was 18 months old. That was a big deal.
I turned out okay.
You turned out okay. I'm pretty proud.
Not too much of a brat.
Highly opinionated though. Always.
Yeah. Eek. Would you consider us all very close?
You and your siblings?
Yeah,
or
just like as a family? Or how do you foster closeness?
I think we are pretty close. When I think about when I go to bed at night and I think about my day, I think that there's hardly a day that goes by where I don't connect. I haven't connected with each child in some way. So it might be a phone call, a text, something we just share, a link or something, so I would say we're pretty close. I think it's always something to work on.
We will do a couple more questions. I think a lot of people wanted advice for like first time moms. Like, what's your biggest advice?
Well, try and get through the first month without feeling like your baby is abnormal, because your baby dictates your first month especially. Just get to know each other, but don't forget who you are as a person. And if you have to take that first half an hour in the morning or the very end of your day and do something for yourself, whether it be just lay in the tub, do it. Take that time for yourself, and don't think that there's something abnormal going on. And if you do feel concerned about something, find someone to help you get it out, talk about it.
What has been the hardest part about being mom?
Hardest part? Oh gosh. About being a new mom?
No, just being a mom in general.
I think that very same thing. You feel after a while that you're just a mom, and you forget that you were a career person, or you were someone with goals and your own identity before you became a mom. So that's probably the hardest part.
That makes me sad.
No, I don't mean it in a bad way.
I know. Postpartum. No, I think it's like, no, it's just true. But I guess the reason I'm sad is because like I see her as so much more than a mom. So I guess that's why it makes me sad.
I love being a mom. If I could go back and be a mom all over again, I would do some things differently. But
yeah,
I'm thankful for each opportunity to be a mom and a mom all over again.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah, somebody asked like, what was your favorite product for babies like back then? There's so many more cool things, but like, what do you think your favorite or most useful product was?
Disposable diapers.
Yeah, she went from having like cloth diapers to disposable diapers.
Yeah, cloth diapers with covers over the cloth diaper, and I really took a lot of pride in how clean my diapers were, and how soft and how fresh.
I can't even imagine having to wash diapers and everything.
Well, yeah, for 2 babies then on top of it, so it would be laundry every day.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Last question is, which was easier, raising a boy or a girl?
Oh my gosh. I think in the beginning, a boy is probably a lot easier. It's a toss-up. I was gonna say girls.
Probably like difficult for their own reasons, but
yeah, girls can develop moodiness and like attitude. Even as a 5-year-old, where boys are just
rowdy.
Yeah, they just go with flow. They're happy with rocks.
Oh my gosh.
Girls, not so much.
Yeah, that's true.
Girls want to be with you, and that's enjoyable. If you like working in the kitchen, or if they want to help you dust, you give them a wet cloth and let them have at it.
Yeah.
Boys, not so much.
That was probably one thing that my parents did, because there were so many of us. We all had like chores, and we didn't get paid for them. There was no allowance. We just did them because we were asked to do them. We probably did them whining, or I did at least, but It still got done. So
Well, we had to pick up before we went to bed every night. We got
Yeah.
all the books out for bedtime stories, and then everything was picked up before we sat on the couch, all lined up, 3 on one side, 3 on the other, for stories.
cute. All right. Well, next time Mama Jean is here, we'll do some more Q&A. So if you have any other questions for her, just comment below. But hopefully you enjoyed this video and found it pretty helpful. Make sure to like it or share it with someone that might find it helpful, and subscribe if you haven't yet.
Thanks, everyone.
You're worth it.